Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a VTuber, and I'll be going over episode 4 of Gundam GQuuuuuX, where it's actually a really intense episode. Like, I don't know, it's probably, after we finally getting new content beyond the movies, and now we're getting to some serious stuff, not gonna lie. Like, I don't know, it's just, there's a lot to this episode that I'll explain, but I think it covers quite a lot of powerful themes that I didn't expect this show to even cover, to be honest, but I think it's kind of refreshing that there's this sense of depth, which I'll explain as I go. So yeah, let's get started. So in the beginning, we kind of get this video footage of, mouse went away, one second. Okay, I could see, okay. So in the beginning, we kind of have this recap footage of what do you call it? The GQuuuuuX fighting in more of the clan battles with the Red Gundam. And you can see here we get some footage from Zaku, and then you can see that they're doing a pretty good job. And then they won, and then you can see you can see Shalubles watching with I think Kamolia, who's one of his subordinates here. And that's wonderful. And then he's like, oh, that pilot has mastered the Gundam GQuuuuuX. Makes sense. And you see his friend is like, oh, we've been trying to find out the identities, the so-called Pomeranians and through back channels. But there hasn't been any significant leads yet. So they're still searching for them. So you can tell that they've kept their identities pretty hidden. Helps also that they're in the mobile suits, so you can't really see who the people are too. It's different than like a lot of sports where, a lot of the main people are front facing, but in this case they want to keep themselves anonymous. If you could round up the gang in the Red Gundam together, one second. Don't you think that it would be rather? Do you think it's rather convenient for us? We have reports that Saikamus can resonate together to trigger a Zeknova. That's a reference to the 1 year war where Char disappeared. Too dangerous to be left alone. We talk about something that only a few can operate. Especially the Omega Saikamu. And she's like, what's so cheerful about that? And then we get some protests against the Zeon, no Zeon. These are like the colony residents, I'm assuming. Get out of here. Damn it, that thing is still here even after we released that dude who was the Xavier. That ship, Zeon defeated the Federation, so the next conflict involves the Zabi's own family feud. We get some background on the Zabis here. Whether it's Giran or Kashila, whoever survives will control all of space. But there's one person standing in their way. The red mobile suit, of course. Makes sense, given Char's history, of course. Could Char still be alive, though? We don't really know he's alive. Could be a whole Fennec situation, but we don't have any confirmation yet. I certainly don't want to get dragged into a war that only serves their own interests. Fair enough. And then we get the Witches' War, which references a character that'll be introduced in this episode. And then we get Machu dealing with the survey of career goals. She's in high school. She doesn't really know what she wants to do yet. And he's like, look at this, huh? At what? Casino. Online. Oh, one of their friends is playing casino. Online casinos, like those gambling apps, Show me so I can see. You're actually allowed to play that if you're under 18. Fair enough. Second. It's my parents' account as long as they don't find out. Makes sense. Wait a second, it's over 500 heights. Let's see. Yep. And it's like, oh, they're playing. And then she mentions 150,000 heights. What do you do with that kind of money? So I guess that's their winnings so far. Shuji's like, do you want anything? Like food. And then the robot gives her like, looks like space gliders. I guess that's a word for like these ships. It's kind of interesting. It kind of reminds me of like house listings for some reason. Wait, no, car listings. Yeah, used car listings. You can see that they have like Zenith, Yashima, Zenith. So I guess these are maybe types of space gliders. They have grades based on, I guess, how good they look, their colors, where they are, availability. Yeah, just like used cars is kind of interesting here. But it looks like secondhand space glider. I want to go to Earth. So that's Shuji's goal. You want a shuttle flight, you can easily get it for 1,000 heights. The Gundam's saying, I want to go. And then Machu's like, I want to go too. I want to go to Earth. I really want to go. And then you can see that she's having some ice cream. We're looking at the leaderboard. You can see that you have the top teams here. First is 12 Olympians, then is it Red Martians or Fred Martians? I think Red Martians, we'll just go with that. Canaries, I'm assuming. CRS, which is their opponent this time. Pomeranians is ranked 5th. Can't really see the name for 6. And then we have 4 Snake Eyes and Golf Storm. Interesting. So you can see her mother comes home early. It's like, oh, you're kind of early. It's like, oh, they told me, I thought you'd never find out. And she's like, what's going on? And then it's like she mentions that she was asking about the career survey. It's like, I've always been told I could choose whatever I wanted to be. And like, can't you be a bit more serious with your future, Amate? And then she's like, not really sure. It's like, oh, my mother's way too conventional. She's too much of a typical mom. And then you can see here she's talking about Shuji. Like, Shuji's such a weird guy. Isn't it crazy that he's got such a rad mobile suit, but he's always starving? Guess he just doesn't eat enough, maybe. I mean, that Red Gundam must have been gifted to him, right? I don't think it's a gift. I think he found it somewhere, but regardless. Let's see. Maybe he stole it. And it's like, I mean, oh yeah, that's what I mentioned before. He may have stolen it. That's even better. That'd be cool if that's true. The Gundam said it wants to go, right? Well, mobile suits don't speak, you know. I mean, we do have precedent from other mobile suit, other Gundam animes, so we know there are exceptions. Hey, do you know you could swim in the seas on Earth anytime? What kind of swimsuit would you wear, Nyan? I don't know, it might be cold there. Fair enough. Don't worry about the money. You can see that Nyan's looking for more work here. It's like, oh, and this guy's like, oh, do you have money issues? And then he's like, you know anything about the Red Gundam? It's a bounty. So it looks like someone wants it, obviously. Let me know if you hear anything from our friends in the clan battle. But I don't think she's going to rat them out. But the issue is that she knows that there's money in it, so we'll see if she ends up betraying them or not. Then like, who in the world is this Hara Haramushi? Oh, that's that's Shuji's, I guess, online nickname, I guess. The reason we've been winning is he's the reason we keep winning, not because of the naive little girl. Wow. What if he's the real Red Comet? He's not. Why be playing clan battle when he's a wanted man whose life is at risk? Fair enough. But you don't think it's kind of odd that they have, let's see, that they have to hide his identity even from us? As long as we win. That means that Shuji's identity seems pretty important, that he has to keep it under wraps. Maybe he's like some sort of influential politician's son, or I don't think he's a nobody, because he's a nobody, he could, you know, participate. But since he's not a nobody, he has to hide his identity. So I wonder if that will come up later. Kind of like how Minerva was hiding her name under Audrey Byrne, for example, in Unicorn. And the lady was like, oh, as long as you win. She's just walking here, and then she meets the woman who will be her opponent here. You can see that the dog is getting a bit rowdy. And it's like, oh, dumb dog and all that stuff. And she's like, oh, I can't seem to find the entrance. Looking for the entrance of Kaneban Co. I mean the junk traders. Yes, junk trader. You know them? You can see that she's entering the office. I was expecting the place to be pretty rough. And she said it'd be a part-timer to make her being there makes sense. Her name is Shiko. She's a unicum who was known as the witch during the 1 Year War. You can't see that, can you? That's what's interesting, is that even though she's called the witch, right, she definitely doesn't look like what you expect, which also makes her all the more fearsome when she fights. It's a pretty cool contrast to her appearance. The witch? You mean the Foreign Federation forces super unicum with over 100 kills? Yeah, definitely pretty strong. And that Hara's like, I can't see that. But they got married, and Zelda and Paul that got kids too, right? Let's see. I think she mentions that he's grown, so I finally have some time to myself. Makes sense. So it brings you here. The Gundam. Heard it was lost as Solomon. But who would have thought that it'd reappear after all this time? I thought that drunk trader would know something about it. Don't tell me you want to... You can see that Machu's walking back with her here. Shiko's first Mav was killed by the Red Gundam. We get her explanation here. Ha lamenting over a man. I thought the peace treaty put an end to all those things after the war. I guess not everyone is a good little child. You're so fast. And then you can see that she's looking at the kids. It's like, why would you do this when you have a kid? My boy is my joy, and my husband is so good to me. But don't you find it absurd that you had to give up on something? Let's see. How happy you'd be if you then obtain everything you ever wanted. So she doesn't want to give up on everything that she wants. Maybe the chosen few called new types can do that easily. She's nothing like my mother. About the Red Gundam's pilot, what are they like? You see that she knows something here. And then you can see that Machu thinks of Shuji here. Like, she's trying to get to know him better. It's like, why does he want to go to Earth anyway? The Gundam is searching for a rose. He could read her mind, so you could tell. So I wonder what that rose is. Is it like a person, an object, symbolism for something else? Or it could even be Lala, for example. Because she's a woman, you know, women are usually symbolized by flowers. I don't think it's Shalia, interestingly enough. I'd imagine he'd want to at least find his Mav, but I guess it's not really a priority, maybe? But also, we don't even know if Char's in the Red Gundam. I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyway, let's keep going. And then we see footage Shuji's like, come to think of it, I don't know anything about Shuji. Yep, she doesn't. Then we get Secretary Dormitory Group, Dormitory Security. We get, I think, the other lady's perspective hatch open. You see that she's doing some tests in a simulator. They don't call you the witch for nothing. You're in great shape. It's definitely better than the Federation light type gun cannon. Okay. Let's see, and then she mentions... I think she mentioned something. But it's still a mass production unit, right? She thinks it's still inferior, which is understandable. Machine we've prepared for you is equipped with technology that even Zeon doesn't have yet. So they have some advanced technology. Federation crap doesn't, that Federation crap doesn't even compare, do you understand? We're referring to that new type weapon called Saikamu. New types are nothing but a pretext. There's Zeon propaganda. So she doesn't believe in new types, which is a part of her deals here. Seems like you have something up your sleeve too. And you see that you see Machu's just doing a handstand, and she's like she's learning in the group chat that their opponent, I guess CRS, is changing their entry name to the Witch, which we know who it is at this point. And we get the start of the new clan battle. Our opponent this time is the Federation's light type gun cannon. It's equipped with a low pressure beam cannon. Let's see, and then explain their team, the other team. Let's see. It's open secret that the enemy, CRS, is a promotional clan for a military security corporation. So essentially CRS is doing the clan battles as a form of advertising. These guys are equipped with some serious pro gear. So this is going to be the 5th battle, as they've done 4 before, overall total. And on top of that, they brought in the former Unicum, who she was able to meet in person. It'll be me that will defeat the Red Gundam. So yeah, I can see that this lady is very determined for sure. You can see that she's kind of thinking it over about, like, does she really know Shuji well? Like him needing to go to Earth and stuff. She's like wondering if they're connected, the witch and Shuji. That's the kind of people they are. She's trying to just get a better sense of that. And then you see Shuji's trying to get her to pay attention. It's like, focus on the battle, says the Gundam. And then you can see now we get the screen. I like the match screen. We get Machu, or Marushi, who's Shuji, of course. And then you see the 2 Gelgugs here. You see the Majo, and then Hall. So it's, and then, yeah, the Gelgugs. It's a mass production Gundam model that Zeon has developed. Because it looks like she wanted it to kind of looks like she wanted to look a certain way, so that makes sense. See that she's really eager here. It's been a while since I felt this kind of pressure. She's kind of feeling a bit liberated here, it seems. So the clan battle is kind of interesting. Like, we also learn her fighting style. She'll keep closing the distance at all costs, because that's her fighting style. And then looks like they got Machu's learned how to deflect beams. She's not as good at it yet. And then you can see that the witch is mostly focused on attacking the Red Gundam Shuji. It's like, but you can see that it's moving in a very interesting way, which Charlotte explains here. It's most likely a friction cancellation technology for drive systems, but there's never been a report for its application. The former Federation Forces engineering officer. Let's see. And then you can see that the team at the CRS is watching them for data. AMB self-sensing actuators all normal. Drive system cooling is all normal. So keep an eye. I'm asking you just to bring back the data. See that mostly focused on attacking Shuji. So this is definitely more Red Gundam Shuji episode, as Machu's not really focused as much. Pretty cool how she fights, because like I'll explain here, but you can see that Shuji's kind of struggling, while the witch, essentially, she has like a wire that she uses to attach to her opponents so she could swing around and finish them off, essentially. It kind of gives her like a pivot point, and it also allows her to dodge compared to the mech that's in the center, which is kind of cool. But definitely kind of risky, but I guess so that she's very aggressive and knows what she's doing. Closing in on the Gundam. That's the witch's stigma attack. That's her signature. Such a maneuver that allowed her to score so many kills. I couldn't be sure just from her entry name alone. But she's like, but that's the real witch. Yep, that's the actual person. Is it AMBAC making that possible? The Sigma name originated from the unexplained scars left on the shot-down crafts. Makes sense. She's likely using a small hook-like device to change her trajectory. Yeah, it's essentially like hook plus line, essentially. Which's nickname isn't just for show. You could tell that Shelly is definitely admiring her as an opponent here. And she didn't know struggling. Like, Machu's trying to help, but she doesn't feel like she's able to do anything. And the other opponent's keeping her away. And then she's not able to catch up because it looks like they're moving pretty quickly. Pressure coming from that pilot is incredible. She definitely feels like he's a serious opponent. My mom might have been a new type, or so I hope. And then we get the 1 year war flashback, where her mom died during, I believe, yeah, I don't know if it's due to the Zeknova or just in general died from crossfire, but he did die. Died due to, I guess, the Red Comet here. Red Comet not only took away my hopes, but he disappeared without a trace. There are no chosen ones who can have everything they want. See, that's why she feels rather restrained. And this is, I guess, her mom's grave. I accepted that and settled for living a normal life. And yet, let's see. You, the pilot of the Red Gundam, you are not the chosen one. And when I do, and you can see the other's like, you're not making any sense. There's something weird with them, and are they killing each other? So you can see that definitely the lady definitely is wants to kill the Red Gundam or Red Gundam pilot. That's not, she's just obsessed. Fair enough. And then you can see like die for me new type, because she's definitely wants to kill the pilot. And then she goes through the new type resonance. The Gundam says, I won't die yet. And here Shuji's talking. What's that sound? And then you hear the la la sound. Same sound I heard at Solomon with the captain. What's happening to the Red Gundam? It's like going through some sort of phenomenon. I don't know if it's like its own, like it's the Alpha Saikamu acting up, but I don't know. It's hard to say what's going on here, but maybe they'll explain that another time. Like, this is all a lie. There's no such thing as a new type. This isn't good. You won't be able to move. You can see Shuji's doing all these risky stuff. Here's the third thing I've been saying for this moment. See that she's trying to go in for the kill here. But then you can see that Red Gundam or Shuji was able to get behind her and then finishes her off with a killing move. Because the thing is that instead of going straight for the head, he goes straight for the cockpit. So that's pretty brutal, not gonna lie. And then you can see the new type resonance here, with Machu seeing the witch here. There's someone on the other side of the Gundam. You see the light changes here. I think it's a yellow as Lala. And then you can see Shuji's here. It's like, I only have one wish. We don't know what it is outside of going to Earth, I guess. I don't know if that's the same wish or he's talking about a different wish. But regardless, hopefully we'll learn more about his motivations and background later. There's nothing else I want. You can see that he's talking to her through the new type resonance here. Because I think it's the only thing he can give her, because he did end up, killing her. After all. I mean, I feel like he didn't have to, but I guess he was forced his hand. Because I feel like Shuji isn't really the bloodthirsty type either. But I guess he thought that there's no other way to stop her outside of killing her. Is that all you're wishing for? Looks like she figures out what it is. And then the mech or GQuuuuuuX. Sorry, I forgot the name all the time yet. But the mech explodes, and then they won. Man, that was a close call. And I'll let you know that witch was stupid because, she pretty much led to her own death, essentially. It's only a game, there's no reason to play to the death. New types have killed too many people. Perhaps that's the reason they end up being possessed by hatred. So yeah, so he also acknowledges that the witch is a new type as well. And then you can see Machu saw, was in the resonance, oh, she even had a family that's waiting for her. Because we get a view of her son, because she thinks of her son before she dies. But that's the kind of determination you need to get to Shuji. So she's kind of just thinking about, what are the possible future consequences, of what it means to participate in these clan battles, of knowing Shuji and him piloting the Red Gundam. All these mysteries we don't really know answers to yet, but it's just super interesting. Skip the ending song. And then we get sort of a preview for the next episode. It's oh, wait. Running late for clan battle, you can see that she's captured by the Xavier guy, I'm 99% sure. And then they're at this laundry. They say there's a huge penalty if a mob is late. Next episode, Nyan doesn't know about Kira. Because I'm pretty sure Nyan isn't a new type. So that's what she mentions about it. I don't know. It's just a super, super interesting episode because we essentially get the perspective of a Federation pilot, which we haven't really had before. Let's see what else. And then we also get our first kill, which kind of makes sense with it being episode 4 for death, symbolism. Very apt, I guess, in this case. We also learn about Shuji's motivation to some extent, but we don't really know much yet. You can see that the witch was essentially consumed by a desire for revenge, and only death ended it. I feel like Shuji isn't really the type to, as mentioned before, kill people, but he may have felt that he had no choice. That was also interesting. Machu didn't have as much of a role too much, but we do learn more about her not being sure what she wants in the future, wants to go into Earth at some point to feel something real and all that stuff. And yeah, and next episode I feel like it's going to be a little lighthearted as a sense of contrast. I don't think it's going to be another heavy episode, but I do think we'll learn quite a lot. And in general, I'm glad we're sort of getting more into the mysteries of the show after the first 3 episodes, which and new content, because I feel like finally getting onto something really juicy and something worth exploring and looking into. I wonder if they finally do find out who Machu's the pilot GQuuuuuuX next episode, if Xavier's able to find her at least, but who knows? We'll figure out next week. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for listening to me talk, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.